After Monday's race, many drivers voiced their concerns about the safety of Watkins Glen, many using social media to get their message out, and their message was direct. The road course needs more safer barriers. But on the other hand, we should all be thankful that NASCAR has made these cars safer. Randy Pemberton went to Michael Waltrip Racing to see what was left of David Reutimmann's car and how it protected the driver of the Double Zero.
Trouble in turn two. David Reutimann hard into the wall. He is upside down. Multi-car incident. A serious hit for David Reutimann.
As incredible as that last lap wreck was involving David Reutimann on the last lap at Watkins Glen, just as incredible is the fact that he was able to walk away from that wreck virtually unscathed. Now, the NASCAR officials have been here at Michael Waltrip Racing. They've gone over this race car along with the team, and here it sits. To talk more about the wreck and the integrity of this race car, particularly the cockpit, we're going to bring in Jay Fabian, the shop foreman here. Man, that was certainly incredible when you consider the velocity that he hit at. Let's just start up front here, Jay. This sort of did its job, did it not?
Yeah, it did its job exactly. You don't want things to be rigid and stiff and not have a give to it like this car does. So you can see the impact zone of the front where it gave way to the wall. All the way along the front clip, you can see everything folded and bent as it's supposed to absorb energy as it's crashing. So this car, as bad as it is, and it's destroyed, it has done exactly what it's supposed to do to protect David.
You okay, Pete? Talk to me. Come on, David, talk to us.
Every time he's ever these wrecks, you hear it in Sean's voice. It almost brings more panic to you when you start hearing that and it hits home and everything slows down. It's a really surreal situation.
When I saw the replay, I thought it was pretty bad, but then, he gets out of the car and everything was fine. I mean, he's just a little banged up.
Come over here and take a look inside. Now, it's not necessarily unscathed inside, and you wouldn't expect it to, but this Randy LaJoie seat held up very, very well as the integrity inside here.
Exactly. The LaJoie seat done its job well. You can see everything is kind of bent and buckled, but yeah, as bad as this crash was, it's not too terrible looking in there. The floor pan has been compromised a little bit, but as violent as both impacts were the left side, I mean, it's actually pretty good.
He came probably close to hitting that with his helmet, despite having the Hans device on, which really is the item that really does a lot of the saving of these drivers.
Exactly, and you look at the steering column and the dash and everything, the way everything gave way, you got a picture, if that's rigid and doesn't move and the driver hits it with any of his legs, his arms, anything, he's going to be seriously hurt if that doesn't give out of the way it has.
NASCAR and everybody has brought an excellent car, a safe car, and on top of NASCAR and NWR with all their safety features and the new Hans device, that's excellent. Everything stayed where it needed to be, seat-wise, belt-wise, his head and neck with the Hans, everything safety-wise was perfect.
The main thing is just looking at the car and seeing how well it did hold together, and everything stayed intact, even though it looks like a mess. He was still, the cockpit's still okay. I mean, there's some stuff that's out of place, but everything held up like it was supposed to.
Now, NASCAR has been here. You guys have obviously gone over this already with a fine-tooth comb. What have you gathered out of maybe, okay, we take a look at something that we can make it better? Are you already thinking, or do you already have an idea of what you can do?
No, we think, as soon as the car gets here, there's different people from different departments. Engineering comes, like you say, NASCAR has been here, and we'll share this. Any of the information from this crash we'll share with any Toyota team, any Cup team, any Nationwide team. I mean, you want to keep everyone safe. You really have to take each piece apart individually. You don't want to overreact by changing something because obviously it did its job. But if you see a chance to make something better, you definitely want to take advantage of it with this kind of crash.
I'll tell you, if there's any way to appreciate the guys behind the scene and the job that they do on these race cars, we certainly appreciate all you guys for keeping these drivers safe.
Well, thank you. We try as hard as we can. Like I say, speed and safety, that's what we got to worry about.
Thanks, Randy. Speed and safety, that's a difficult combination.